Yeah.
Dang.
Boys, we got caught in that little winter hustle, man. It's getting real out
Was
here.
in quarantine or something, man?
You say what?
So y'all was in quarantine or something?
Man, I don't know. Like. Yeah, I guess so, bro. I guess so, but man. All right, we'll get this thing going. So, welcome back to the podcast. It's your boy K.Sloan. Here, my boy J.Jones. Another one.
Sure.
And then
Superstar.
Superstar. The man and the legend right here.
The legend.
I let him introduce himself, man. Pretty good brother. We got a lot of good stuff that we want to share with y'all, and he gonna help us tap in, and he gonna also talk a little bit about what he got going on. So go ahead and let him know about yourself, brother.
Cool, man. Well, I'm Kirdes Sirrah, man, spoken word artist, poet, author. Man, I'm just overall, man, just a man of God, man, just trying to reach the youth, man, and anybody that I can out there, man, with my words. Man, that's what I've grown to be. You know, I had a few endeavors before this, but man, the poetry, man, and the writing, that's what my calling is. So that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, and just trying to spread this light to the world, G.
Yeah.
Real quick,
before I extended the invite, bro.
Nah, no doubt, brother, no doubt. And before we get going, just so I could get talked away, I didn't even talk to J.Jones about this shit, but
yeah.
Can we get something quick you got prepared for us? Just give us some like fresh off the press.
Fresh off the
press.
Well, I usually charge people for that, man. Fresh off the press, man. There's a piece that I got in my new book. The things I heard when I began to listen, man, and it's talking about the perils of a subconscious bastard child, and I talk about maybe the youth who grew up without a father or mother, maybe they're all orphan. You know what I'm saying? They lost their parents by some tragic accident, whatever the case may be. And it's also for the deadbeats out there, you know what I'm saying? And the women who have to hold down the fort by themselves, man. I wrote a piece to, just to, put that energy out there for them. And it's called The Perils of a Subconscious Bastard Child. And I'll cite a piece from it. It says,
a little bit.
The suppressed knowledge of absence, it never negates the influence of absence. But tell that to a subconscious bastard child and they'll deny it up until the arrival of presence. For you see, deeply embedded in the soul of a subconscious bastard child is the apparent longing for a parent's longing. I mean, who do you know that it's never longed to be loved by a parent besides a subconscious bastard child? But I would go there. I'm just gonna give you that. When y'all listen to that poem, man, I want y'all to share it with everybody who may be going through, man. It gets a little deeper, but you said a little piece. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all we need. We got to pay for more than that. We got to pay. Tell them about the book. Yeah, tell them about the book.
Hey, bring it up closer. Bring it up closer. Bring it up closer. Let's get the visual.
So this book right here, man. This is my new book, The Things I Heard When I Began to Listen. And man, it's a few poems in here, man. That's gonna strike our community for sure, man. I got 3 sections in this book, man. The things I heard and then I listened. So each poem in the first section is gonna be like breakfast, man. You start off light in the morning. You don't want to eat too heavy, man, when you got a long work day. So you go through those poems, but it's still sufficient for you for the day, for the work day.
Right.
So then you got the lunch. You got the lunch poems, man. You get a little heavier, but you still ain't eating. You still ain't eating what you want to. But that supper, listen.
Yeah.
Y'all getting that supper, man. We got I got a piece in there called Remembering the Day I Killed a Man. I got Death's Bouquet. I got a poem called the Perils of a Subconscious Bastard Child. And man, it's a lot of things in there, but yeah, that's my new one. And I also have The Weeping Wood Stainer. It's a book of conversion, insight, and poetry. Tackles a list of topics: love, the lack thereof, social injustice, depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation. But most of all, I'm just putting the word of God.
You got that football piece in there with the poem about football. Hey,
hey, you already know it, bro. Hey,
yeah. I got the first one. I got to get the second one. I talked to him yesterday about getting the second one.
Right. And see, people who really, was entrenched in that lifestyle, man, they gonna pick it up just like that. You know what I'm saying? And I know you know. I know Naomi, man, for sure.
Man,
yes,
I I love that, brother. I love that, man. This is the first time, J. Jones, we done had a poet come grace the mic with us. So, man.
Oh man, 100.
Yeah, this is special. This is special right here. But go ahead, J. Jones. J. Jones.
All right, the first little topic, because I mean, you had to step out on faith to write this book. So, like, first thing I wrote down is like trusting God and like fulfilling your purpose, taking that leap of faith, you know.
Right.
So like, what? How did that start? Because you were a football player, and then it came like you said, you found your purpose in poetry. So what made? How did God? What happened? What was the process?
Wow, man. I heard a man say not too long ago. He said, God had to knock me down to rock bottom before I knew who the rock was. And during that tenure, man, during my time, my tenure football, man, that was like, that was life, bro. You already know, man. Say, hey, coming up, I'm going to the league, man. That's our first mind, that's our first mind. And we was like, man, we got to get there any means necessary, man. And I took the Division III route, which, man, we know about that, man. Some things happened at our school, man, that shouldn't have happened, man, and we had to go to the back door, the back ways out, man, which is unfortunate. But at the same time, it was a true blessing, man. But during the course of that, I did 4 years at ETBU, came out of there, and I went to the CFL. CFL, man, got signed on to the Hamilton Tiger Cats. And, man, I came in there, man, I was out of shape, really, man. And I came in there, man, thinking I was going to play, a receiver. You know what I'm saying? I'm preparing for the league to go play, receiver. For the Bears, man, I got a call from them, and they just so happened, man, we want you at quarterback. Man, I hadn't threw in about 3-4 months, man. I was like, man, I ain't even playing quarterback no more. They don't want me in the league, you know what I'm saying? So got in there out of shape. Shortly, man, got released. Man, until the world crumbling down, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I thought that my world had come to an end, bro. I had to come back and face my family. Man, we just had a 2-day party, bro. Man, people coming out the woodworks you ain't never seen before. Like, man, where you been? You know what I'm saying? So you see them, man, everybody's at the party, man. So you like, man, listen, this is what it's finna be from here on out, man. We just finna be living now, man. We finna get up out the hood. We finna go where it's good, and man, I got that reality shock, like, like, you released me? What? Mm-hmm. Bro, bro, I just got here. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. So I left there, man, like feeling lost, bro, and those led me to write a few of these pieces, bro. But I wasn't writing poetry then. I was like, man, I'm not finna be doing no. I'm still trying to go to the league, bro. And and man, God was just preparing me during those times, man, and some suicidal ideation pieces, man, because I got knocked down to that point, and I used to demonize that mentality, man. Why you gonna kill yourself, man? Like that's the most craziest thing in the world until I, became a victim of it, you know what I'm saying, of that thought process, man. And those things right there, and God was just pulling me out of it, man. I didn't know it then, I was fighting it, like, man, now. So shortly after that, I went to Europe, man, played for the PLFA, man. Did a tenure there, man, about half a year in Poland. Got MVP, best quarterback of the league, man. I'm like, man, I'm finna come back. And so that Naomi Francis Lee piece is kicking in right now, J. Jones.
Yeah.
So I came back with that one. Came back from Europe, like, man, I'm ready to go to the league. And finally got that call, man. Finally got that call from the Browns, bro. And they called me, man. We want you to come down. Got your itinerary, bro. Check this. But the thing about it, I was just at my mother's garden. Like, I didn't have no job. I didn't have nothing. And that was intentional, because I'm like, if I'm going to really hone into this football thing, I can't have any distractions. I can't be making a little bit of paper, because I know that it's going to veer me away from my passion, not my calling, but my passion. Right. And I said, you know what? I'm through. I'm gonna give it up, because I just got a job. I just got a job like shortly before that. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna give it up. She said, well, if that's what you want to do, man, you make the call. I guarantee, man, 30 minutes, bro. 30 minutes later, I was going to my client's house who I was working for, and got that call. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we want. I'm like, what, man? I was just done. Like, I was just like, oh, like I'm not playing no more, man. It's done for me. And man, God knew though. God knew that if I did not get there, bro, man, listen, I would have been still fighting for it, bro. Because it's like, man, that's how I'm wired. And if I don't get it, I'm going to get it, and I'm not going to stop until I do. But during the midst of that, man, God was calling me to, you know, put that pen and paper, man, and tell the story of how I got over.
Man, that's deep right there. And I resonate with that. I resonate with that because I didn't actually get the opportunity to, you know, go as far as to get a call from the league or anything like that. But I know at that point when I made the decision that it was going to be something different for me, I was like, you know, I think it's time to kind of translate into a different realm. It was a struggle. And it was because of injuries for me. Because I tore my ACL twice in my left knee, once in my right knee. And I think a lot of times with young athletes, me and J.Jones have talked about this many times, coming out of college, you know, going into the next, whatever is going to be in your life, if you identify with the game, it's who am I? You know what I'm saying? Who am I for real? Like, because I identify, I'm a running back. That's what I thought in my head. Like, I saw myself as I'm going to end up getting into a mini camp. I'm going to make it through till I get to, you know what I'm saying, the practice squad or whatever. I'm going to fight my way to the top. And once you got to kind of switch your mindset, it's difficult to identify yourself differently. And I think, it's something we don't talk about enough. Like,
and we need to have that conversation, man, because actually, speaking on that, when I got to Cleveland, man, listen, man, I kid you not, man, I was having like the best camp, man. I'm routing boys up. I'm a receiver now. I mean, I ain't never played receiver, but I'm just a natural athlete, man. And I get out there, and they draft picks. I'm lining up with they draft picks that year. Right. Give the business, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, I want 84. I want 84 because I'm already, you know, they want that work.
Right.
And man, hamstring issue, man, hamstring. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that if you know, if you go to the side, man, right now, man, you out. Like, man, I would have blew my hamstring if I knew that. Yep. You know, just because I was already there. But to be real, man, when I got there, I actually called my mama, man, because it was like college. I was reliving college all over again because you go from being a man in high school to going to college, and you got to start all the way over. And then they got the mandatory team meetings and the film and the study. And the man, I'm like, man, I just want to play, man. I ain't you know what I'm saying? So then you become the man in college after, you know what I'm saying? After you go through that, man, okay, you know you're gonna have to do it. You're the man in college now, so you removed from 3 years from playing. Now you go back to that. Now you're 25. Now you're thinking that things. So you already veering away from the league because you see the politics of it. Like, man, I don't want to get down with this this type of business. And then you go in with that same mentality, like, man, I'm not about to start over with this again. But I'm here, and this is what I always wanted. I told my mom, I said, man, I'm done. I don't even want to play no more. I'm thankful. Like this is it. Like, really. But I went down there and did my thing until I blew my hamstring, and God was like, man, pick that pen up and go and get to work. Now you did that little job. Now get to work.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's the hardest thing in the world, man. I ain't never seen so many grown men just literally crying when they had to give up. It's just like, it's that serious. It's like,
it's a psychological.
Ball is really life. Ball is life for real when you playing.
And it's your boys, it's your friends, it's your family, it's everything in your life pushes you towards that. Yeah, it's like, so once you don't have it anymore, the biggest part of your life, you know what I'm saying, 75, 80% of your life is just taken away. And now you left with 20 in your you know what I'm saying, in your mind. This is what you have left. And then you're like, okay, well, I didn't plan for none of this. Like, what's 5 years, 10 years from now gonna look like for me? Am I gonna be a factory worker? Am I gonna be doing what the other people that I know that don't play football do? Because I don't want to do that and this and that. Right. So much going through your mind. And some people wouldn't understand. They never been in that situation. But like when you chasing something, it's heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? It's heartbreaking when you know that's not really gonna be the best route for you. And I got a question for you, personal question before everything. When it comes to the writing, how do you get into that creative space, and what do you pull from to get there? Because like listening to your pieces, I listened to a couple of them on your IG, and I did research a little bit. And it seems
Right.
like you talk about anxiety, depression, suicidal ideations. You speak on that stuff pretty freely. And I'm wondering, like, what type of mindset, what does it look like for you to get into that creative space when you're like, okay, I'm about to sit down, I'm about to write, I'm about to create this piece of literature that's gonna move people.
Right. Actually, man, to be honest, I tell people this, man, I don't understand the process of writing at all. Like really, when I tell you I'm a vessel, that's really all I am, bro. Like, sometimes I don't, it can take me 4 years to write a piece. Like, I have a piece in this book, The Weeping Wood Stainer, this one right here. I got a piece that it took me 4 years to write because I still had to go through some of the stuff that I was writing about. So I picked it up at that first year, and I put a thought down on paper. And so, I was going through a storm at that time. So I kept on, going back to that storm in my life, and during the process of it. And then come that fourth year, it came into fruition and it flowed like water. And there are other times like Naomi Francis Lee that, I mean, all I got to do is revert back to those days, man, and just use the gift that God has given me, and it'll flow right there. So it's different, man. It's different with different pieces, man. And most of the time, I'm not the type of person going to sit down and listen to any music or something. Most of the time, I record my thoughts, and I rehearse it enough to where, I can get a rhythm in my head to where I can on bouncing ideas off that, man, like line after line.
That's deep right there. That's deep.
Man, when you go vessel, bro, that's all. Like, when you see people like, man, God is using that person. That's what it is. And I see it in other people, like with singers, musicians, and everything. I can see that in them, and that same anointing, man. That oil is in other people, man, in their different areas of life.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, and I appreciate you, like Carrie said, bringing up mental health, and people need to hear that. It's serious, man.
Oh man.
And you
Especially
know,
in our community.
yeah, in our community, and people, you don't even know this, but people looking up to you. So when you talk about it, they feel like they can talk about it.
Right.
So yeah, that's big that you bring that up and you talk about it and you put it in your poems and everything. I appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely, bro. Every time.
Yeah. Well, let's get to something else.
Uh-huh.
So, so have you ever felt uncomfortable performing? Because I put down, like, how do you get comfortable being uncomfortable? Like, have you ever been up there and been nervous and like, oh, like?
Listen, man, you know me, man. Like when in high school, bro, I hated doing pep rallies, man. They called me to do pep rallies, man. I was like, man, quit calling me. I don't want to do it. Like, why are you forcing me to go up here and speak to a crowd of people?
Right.
Come to the game, man. Come on, bro. Get out of here. Somebody else that like doing that, But I hate it, man. Like, when I get on stage, bro, I do not want. First of all, I never wanted to be on stage ever. But like when you call to do something, either you do it or die. I want y'all to hear that. When God tell you to do something, you either do it or die. I'll tell you about Jonah a little bit, man. Like Jonah, God told Jonah to go to Nineveh. I want you to go. And Jonah said, no, I don't want to go. He gonna go 3,000 miles opposite, but God, he prepared a fish for him. I don't know. Some theologians say, a fish couldn't hold Jonah for that long without Jonah dying. That's impossible. But the Bible says God prepared a fish, and you can't tell the maker of the thing that was made how he can make a thing.
Right.
So prepared that fish to be able to hold Jonah. But Jonah, at the end of the day, man, the task was fulfilled, man. God's word does not go out. It does not return to him void, man. Whatever it's set out to do is going to do it. So man, going on that stage, man, I'm telling you, bubble guts just be boom, 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 my heartbeat. You know what I'm saying, bro? But it's a spiritual feeling, bro. And just to know that, bro, because I ain't never shied away from nothing, like as far as like being scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can be scared, like heart beating, but I'm not gonna ever back down, and especially when I think it's something that's meaningful. And soon, I tell you what, man, as soon as I hit that stage, gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, every time it never fails, man. It's like, it's not something I get used to, man. Like, somebody can call me to speak at an engagement. I'm like, hey, what I'm gonna tell them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
am I gonna make up an excuse like, yeah, I got something planned that day that I got no money or not, bro? I really don't be caring about that. But then at the end of the day, man, you never, I never get used to it. I don't know about anybody else. They may want to do those.
What about you, Sloan? I know you talk, you speak now. I see you on your Instagram. You're a speaker too.
Man, you know what? Like he said, man, I think a lot of times that does happen. You do get that feeling before you know, get to speaking to people like, man, what am I gonna say? Like, you know, but going back to that thought pad, I love when you said,
yeah,
feel like you're a
right.
vessel. You feel like you're a vessel. That takes the pressure off of you.
Yeah.
There is no pressure on me. Like I'm just the vessel. That's
Oh,
it.
Man.
Like I don't, these words that you're hearing from me, that's
Yeah,
not
that's
me.
it, bro.
It's not me. Like I'm just literally passing it on to you.
Hey,
God
but the thing about that, right? The thing about that though, man, is that you have to really walk in that and you have to embrace that, because sometimes, bro, like, ego can get in the way.
Oh yeah.
And that's why pride is an abomination, man. Pride is one of them things that God hates, because it gets in the way of him using us, man. And sometimes like, man, I ain't finna do this. You ain't finna be going up here spitting poetry. You know what I'm saying? Like who these people think I am, you know what I'm saying, when they see me. But so you really have to put yourself aside. And when you know you're a vessel, like you still have to walk into it. It's not just, oh, I'm a vessel. And God is, but you got to walk into that. You really got to believe that and hone into that. And that's when that confidence is just going to kick in. Like, man, listen, I'm heard, God told me to do it, and that's what I'm going to do. So we all have those battles. Like, man, you can get pulled away from it. Say if you know, so many people get so much applause, man. Listen, it'll get to your head for some people, man. And I'm glad that I never was like the person that wanted to be on stage. So honestly, it doesn't affect me that much, but I never say what will never affect me.
I love that. I love that because it sounds like that what it makes me think about this quote. I don't want to mess it up, but somebody said one man's obedience can be the key to unlock the lives of like millions. And it's like that obedience to be able to know, like, God called me to do this. I'm doing this out of my obedience. Like I'm called to do this. I don't have a choice. Like it's not, hey, I was given this gift and I have to be able to give it to you. I have to. And J.Jones tried to flip that on me, but let's flip it back to you. Because this brother, he like to give all these gifts and he doing all this philanthropy work. But talk about that, because to be able to front your own money, I mean, this cat coming out of his own pocket to be able to, you know, feed the cats in the community where y'all from and things like that. Talk about that, J.Jones. What powers you to be able to, you know what I'm saying, move in that way without somebody being like, bro, like you coming out your own pocket for, you know
the thing with me, I have a soft spot for kids. A kid really walked up to me and was like, this is about 5 years ago, and he was like, I want this for Christmas, but I don't even think I'm getting anything for Christmas. And my whole life, I never got everything I wanted, but I got something for Christmas, you know?
Right.
So with me, that touched me, you know? And then like y'all said, God used me as a vessel. I called a lot of my friends. I was like, hey man, I can't live without at least trying. I know I can't give everybody a present, but I got to do what I can. And even if it's out of my pocket, I'm going to go get 100, 200 presents. And, you know, no charge. Just going to pick them up off the table, you know. Cause God just using me just to be a light, you know, just be some positivity in this world. There's so much negativity that just having somebody that just do something for people. And I, like y'all said, I don't really like the credit when people like, oh, I'm just like, hey, I just, you know, I just did that, you know, I don't need all that. But just God using me, man, and I'm trying to be obedient. Walk like he told me to. Trust God and lean out on my own understanding, you know what I'm saying?
So, yes, sir.
Big fact.
Like, what you talking, man. What you talking now?
Yeah, real quick. I want the people to know. Y'all played together now. This is quarterback lineman relationship. What was that like? I want to touch on that.
Love.
What was that like?
That's love. Hey, I ain't want nobody to touch that. And I played defense. They put me, I was a special offensive line. Like when it was a hard game, it was like, you playing offense this game. And I'm like, all right. And if people touch that, hey.
That's it.
We fighting, you know. We fighting, man. I hate it when people touch 15, man, for real.
Yeah, man.
But he was a
brotherhood, man. The best brotherhood I ever had, man, outside of my family, man, was that 08 class, man. You know what I'm saying? Like really like just going in the trenches, man. And not on the field and outside the field, man. We inside, man. So
yeah, everywhere. We was always together. If somebody was trying to do something, they had to deal with everybody.
Yes, sir.
And you know what?
Bro, everybody knew it.
That's a beautiful thing too when you're a part of something like that. And I think that I always encourage parents to get their kids involved in team sports because of that. It does a lot for us as people when you talk about moving into our professional careers and moving into different walks of life, because we understand that, you know, I feel accountable for these people. Like I feel like I owe them something, and I'm willing to do something for them, and I can remove myself from the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like an opportunity to practice selflessness. And bro, those relationships, if you've never been in them, you don't understand them. That's why people, they were like, oh, well, I ain't gonna have my son do team sports this year. I'm like, nah, you need to keep your son and all that and your daughter in all these sports as many as possible, just so they can get to feel that, man. Because that's a special thing we get to go through. Like that's
get a whole new family. You really do.
Yeah.
You get a whole new family for life, though. Like
for life.
Right, bro. Yeah. So I mean, see, this kind of one of the Sloan questions I always ask, like this random question. Y'all both got to answer it. I'm gonna answer it last because I don't know. What do you think is your biggest accomplishment in life? Biggest accomplishment. Or should I give you top three? Should I give you three or just one? What y'all think?
Man, I give you like one, man. Like, cause if I were to really be honest, man, it would probably be just making it to account, man. Like, you know, and that's just because that's what my life was surrounded by, you know, and that's what my whole goal was in life. I never had a goal to write poetry, never had a goal to write a book, you know, and here I am on my second book now, and that's like, as I keep on living though, this is like me letting football go is a great accomplishment. Really, you know what I'm saying? And just like really walking away from it, I'll say that, you know what I'm saying? After, you know, playing years, you know, year after year, just letting it go. That's my biggest accomplishment, man.
Yeah, man.
It almost took me out. So that's one of mine.
I'd agree with that being something that I was proud of myself when I was able to do that. But another thing, I guess for me, because I got an 8-year-old, my little girl, shout out to Kirdes.
Yeah.
Getting to a point with her to where she could talk to me about things as a young girl. She 8 years old and she feels like she could talk to daddy. And I think as a young father, when I first saw my daughter born, you know, they don't talk. You just try to do what you could do to take care of your child. You know what I'm saying? But I've always heard of those stories of where, you know what I'm saying, like they're like, man, you just want your kid to be able to talk to you. You want your kid to be able to talk to you. And when my daughter started to bring issues that she had to me, she could be able to have a dialogue with me. I think that, and that happened that happened probably like a couple months ago. Like the first time we really had that type of dialogue, and now it's like on a consistent basis. I was like, yeah, like I'm doing all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't there, but I gotta keep this up. I gotta keep this up. So
that's big time. That's big time.
Yeah, that's something that was important to me.
You got that confidence, man.
Yeah, I got the confidence, momentum. I got that big mo. I'm rolling, so I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
Mine probably is first of all, going and graduating from college. When we lost one game my senior year, I walked in my head coach office and I said, I ain't going to college. I don't want to play football. I was just mad, you know. I didn't want to go to college. I didn't care about college. All I wanted to do was win state and a lot of other things. And God blessed me with a scholarship. I ain't gonna lie, like without my scholarship, I probably would have went to college. And him bringing, like, I go back and talk to Coach Matlock sometimes. He's like, you remember you sat in my office and told me you're not going to college, and look at you now. So I say graduating college was huge because I never wanted to go to college, and then, you know, graduating. First one in my family and all that is just big for the family, trying to keep that going for the family.
I think that's important.
That's big, bro. Hey, I applaud you for that, man. This guy was the only guy on our team who got a scholarship, man. Like,
that's
real
what he
talk.
told me. That's what he told me. He said
like,
that.
Oh man, and it wasn't no malice or nothing, bro. Somebody got something, man. But I would have been hot. Me, nobody.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Little sunshine, bro, in that whole debacle, man. Like, man, somebody went somewhere, man. You know. So
Yeah. We ain't look. We get on that. We could talk for days.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I hope them coaches tune in.
For real. They might need to, man. That's crazy though. Cause I remember he told me y'all had like multiple 2,000 yard or 1,000-yard rushes. You was almost 1,000-yard rusher. Y'all running back was both 1,000-yard rushes. Y'all went to state or like, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
like,
14 and 1.
All state cats, three guys that made all state in Texas, first of all. And you can't say nothing about their classes because they was in the top % of their classes.
Right.
So I don't know how that goes by, man. So, but
you know what? That's a missing link. Y'all needed that advocacy in the middle of that. Y'all needed somebody or some entity, something to be in the middle to bridge that gap. Because there's no reason why they couldn't take those types of athletes and get them. You know what I mean? Like
you go 14 and 1 in Texas, like.
Yeah, I know the type of athletes y'all got over there too. Now, like it ain't like y'all got some scrubs coming out of Everman. Like it's so,
bro.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother podcast for real.
100.
I had, since we were supposed to do this before Thanksgiving, I had what was it, Thanksgiving plans, but that already happened and stuff. So, what y'all doing for Christmas? What's some stuff y'all going? You go family? What y'all doing for Christmas? Y'all even planning for Christmas yet?
Man, nah, nothing, man. Trying to stay out the way, really, man. And I never knew the impact of that saying, man, until this year, man. Staying out the way.
Yeah.
And because and you can take it lightly, and some people get affected by it. This disease is going around, wherever it may come from. I won't get into all of that, but just that. Yeah, bro, I got a big family, man. My mom got 14 siblings, you know what I'm saying? And all my cousins, bro, we all in Fort Worth, man. Fort Worth and Dallas. We got 2 people in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's in Fort Worth. So it's like, man, every Sunday was a gathering, man. So now you got to go through this climate. And it's like, man, bro. And as soon as you see somebody that you ain't seen in a minute, man, it kind of brings tears to your eyes a little bit like, what? Man, how you been? It probably been like a month, you know what I'm saying? Like since you seen somebody, but you used to see them every Sunday at Granny House.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now, so it's like, man, I really don't know, man. Just, being thankful, man. Being thankful. That's what I plan on doing, man. Thankful that hopefully that we make it out, to see another year, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I really plan on I try not to spend too much money, J.Jones. That's really the goal, man. Because everybody talking about they want these gifts and whatnot. I'm like, man, look, I'm trying to see my money stay in my pocket a little bit, but it's all good. I love them. So we're gonna take care of them. We're gonna take care of them. But no, man, I'm just gonna hang out with family, man. Ain't too much going on. Try to appreciate the little things right now, bro.
That's exactly what it is. Like you said, I'm gonna give away some gifts, and I guess I need to advertise that.
Oh yeah, push that.
For the Fearless Foundation, it's gonna be December 19th, 10 a.m. We're gonna go out to a parking lot in Forest Hill by CC's, and just gonna give out some gifts, man. Be a light, be happy, make some people smile a little bit,
Absolutely, bro.
Besides that, I'm gonna hang out with family. Like I say, I'm trying to stay out the way right now, trying to stay healthy and everything, and keep everybody in my family healthy also. So.
Right.
And I wanna kind of switch gears a little bit because I feel like having you on here said I really want to touch on this. Because I know you got something to say about it.
Okay.
Depression. Somebody going through depression right now. They tapped in. They don't know what to do. Things are very dark. They having those suicidal ideations. What would you tell that person that's 17, 18, going through those dark places where we've all seen? And what would be your guiding words for that person at this time? What would be something that you feel like you want to pass on to them as a message?
Man, for that person, I'd have to say it takes a little piece of leaven to raise bread up. Just like it took that one last piece of mess to have me fed up, blown up. I was down bad, struggling to get up. Everyone around me was telling me to keep my head up because I was driven to a point where I would mess up. It was like pushing a falling man. It was like kicking a falling man. It was like swimming to a man struggling in the ocean just to pour water. on that drowning man. You see, I just couldn't fake it. I've been pushed to a point where I can no longer take it. I decided to let no one else make it. Woe to the next person in line. Yeah, they'd face it. Or maybe I'd face it. Go buy a rope, put it in the perfect placement, boom, kick the chair stuck in midair, idly elevated in the basement. Or maybe I'd buy a pistol, yeah. I knew exactly where to place it. Bah, shot in the head, dead, lying in a pool full of blood on the pavement. Or maybe I'd buy a razor, yeah. I knew exactly where to place it. Slit wrist, cold blood. I leave a note saying I cut myself shaving. Time. See, I had endured so much misery, it was time for me to erase it. I felt as dead, then I was awakened by a man telling me to face it. He had taken me to a great big hill, told me to look up. Go ahead and face it. The man pointed at an old rugged cross and told me that's where all of my pain was taken. Told me that a great man died on that cross just so my life wouldn't have to be taken. It was at this point that the veil was torn and rent and the land witnessed the earth shaking. The man said, I heard you say the next person in line would face it. Well, the great man didn't allow you to face it. You see, he exchanged his life for theirs too, so you're really not obligated to take it. Once the life is gone, you can't replace it. That includes yours too. Because you see, he already did the hanging that you're thinking to do. And as far as the pool of blood you want to lay in due to a wound to the head, you just let the pool full of blood that was caused by the crown of thorns placed on his head. And as far as the slit in the wrists, oh, don't worry. They put nails in his. It's when I came to the conclusion that I'd make it. Hand my life over to the Christ and let him take it. I'm going to tell him just like that.
Straight like that. Straight like that. Straight like that. I love that. I love that. You know, I love about that is that the way that when you orate that, you could feel that you truly felt that. This ain't no game. You know what I'm saying? I can feel that realness and authenticity in that. Say that again.
I said that's tried and true.
Absolutely, you can feel that, and brother, that's why y'all need to go tap into the man book, the new one. What's the new one you got out? What's that one called again?
The new one, man, is the things I heard when I began to listen.
Yeah.
And that's my new one, man. This book right here, man, is going to get you out of some dark days. This one more so is going to get you out of dark days. This one is going to enlighten you, man. This one is going to get you to understand the black plight of the black man and the black woman in America. It's going to get you to understand depression in its final form. It's going to get you to understand pride,
right?
And rage, man. I got a rage and a pride piece in here, man, for that man out there to think he's too tough and don't know that the grave is tougher, you know, because you can get all, you know, riled up, man, in a moment, man, and you think that moment is going to pass away, man, without holding any, you know, consequences for your life, man. But that grave is whispering sometimes. I have a piece in here, man. I'm gonna give you one piece out this new book. It says, the dust of the ground is always whispering, home, sweet home, into the ears of fools, but they never listen. They listen, man. And so man, the grave is still making its use by the hour, man. And I really want people to wake up, man. And that moment, that split moment of rage, man, you can go on a rampage, man, and you can suffer the consequences, deadly consequences later.
Man, and that's powerful, bro. I'm man, I appreciate you, man. I love that we had good people on here like this, J.Jones. J.Jones really the king of, you know, like how you know all these people, bro? Like, where you find out? He connected. But nah, bro, like, you done had some good people on here that's been spreading some great messages, and you another one of them. But like, I am totally endorsing what you got going because
100, man. I appreciate that, G.
Bro, through your gift,
one brother to another, man. I appreciate it, man. I value what you're doing, man. I appreciate this podcast to let people get on there and express themselves, man.
No doubt, because we need to. I mean, the expression in our communities from us being black men is not as much as it should be. we need to be expressing ourselves more because we have so many gifts, and a lot of times we suppress them because of society. You know what I'm saying? Society gives us these feelings like we shouldn't be able to wear our hearts on our sleeves. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted you to speak on that and talking about the depression piece, bro. Like, I done been there. I done been there where, you know, baby mama telling me I ain't nothing. You know, I ain't got nobody in my corner really knowing what I'm going down with. we lost my man real quick, but you know, I done been there where I've been going through things where it was like, how am I gonna get out of this? You know, how am I gonna get out of this? And to be able to hear, and we back at it like that. But to be able to hear,
I was like, man, where everybody go?
Now I don't know what happened. You tapped out real quick. I was getting deep. You tapped right out. I was like, oh, he goes. I thought we was good. Nah, we good though. But nah, man, I'm saying like it's for me to hear that. If I was able to read anything that sounded like something where it's like there's hope, there's light. You know what I'm saying? I was a junkie for that type of stuff when I was in my lowest place because I was like, bro, I don't want to take my life. I don't.
People like you, bro.
I didn't want to take my life, bro.
People like you.
That's all I was looking for. I was on YouTube. I was literally looking on YouTube. I was like anybody was talking about anything good, I'm listening. It was like I got to get out of this dark place. And I mean, somehow I really don't know what moment it was when I gripped onto something and just kind of crawled out. But once I did, I was like, yeah, I gotta help to make sure nobody else that I know stays there. We gotta get out of that quick. So that's that, man. I appreciate that. And J.Jones, you work in that field. You still in it. We work together in it.
Counseling, man. Trying to keep everybody they mental health good, man. Trying to keep everybody healthy. They positive thoughts. Being a light for real.
Yeah, big facts, bro. Big facts is needed.
I sure appreciate y'all having me on, man.
No, 100.
Y'all continue shedding that light, man. I'm all for it.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. And J.Jones, I mean, you got the playlist. You trying to get them with the playlist?
Oh, I forgot to even ask. Yeah, see, I ain't been on here. What you listening to? I always download. People tell me to download stuff. You got anything you listening to? Because I'm trying to I got like 3,000 songs on my iTunes, but I need more. I need some new to listen to.
You trying to tap in?
Man,
are you listening to podcasts, music? It don't matter.
Oh yeah, it don't matter to me, man. Yeah, I go and play what you want, man.
No, I'm saying, what do you listen to? Podcast, music, podcast, music. Do you listen to anything besides yourself? Look.
Well, man, actually, man, my music, man, consists of, man, any like my guy said, man, like anything that's really uplifting, man. I don't really try to indulge in too much negative, man, and stuff that's going to that's counterproductive, man. And not even just the community, but in my life, man. Like I want to hear it because you know how that, man. Music is very powerful, man. So yeah, you got to really watch what you listen to, man. And if you're strong enough, you can listen to it, jump in, jump out. You know what I'm saying? We got to be careful, man. Some people jump in, they stay in.
But get stuck.
You know? Man, I got this artist, man, that I listen to, man. Her name is Brianna Whiting. It's actually a couple. Brianna Whiting and DJ Whiting, man, phenomenal singer, man. She's like, man, probably one of my top. I know she's in my top 5 voices, man, ever. Man, y'all can go check her out, Brianna Whiting, and yeah, she's very positive, man. It's entrenched in the Word of God, man. Everything is positive. You know what I'm saying? So I listen to things on that.
I got you. I'm gonna tap in.
I'm gonna tap in too. Brianna Whiting. Shout out to Brianna. Shout out to Brianna. Nah, no doubt, brother. But man, it's been a blessing, bro. I mean, I appreciate you, man, tapping in with us. I feel like I definitely got, this was good as advertised. J.Jones said the man never shies away from the big stage. He said he's my quarterback. I know it. I was like, let's get him tapped in. Let's get him tapped in. Y'all go get the book.
Yeah, man. So, man, that book, man. My website, man, is www.sayitsirrah. That's SAYITSIRRAH. Sayitsirrah.com. And man, just go in there and I have some more books coming next week, but I definitely put it out there, man. Everybody who want a book of conversion and sight and poetry, I guarantee you, man. If this is going to be one of your favorite books that you have ever read, in your life, and I'm not just saying that because it's mine, because I'm saying it because you've been through something in that book, and it's going to hit you at the right time. So when you go through that season again, just revert back to that piece, whatever piece it is meant for you. So it's gonna help you out.
Yeah. I love that. That's righteous right there, brother. That's righteous. But man, it's been a blessing. Hey, looks like we out. Y'all be safe.
All right, man. Y'all
appreciate you.
all right now.